Hello all, this is Halloween, and if you love haunted history and cemeteries as much as I do, you may want to subscribe, because I'm going to be taking you somewhere new every week. Today we are headed to the Bloomingdale Community Cemetery in Valrico, Florida. We're also going to stop for a bite to eat at a place you may recognize. We went there probably a year ago with my friend Winterbauer, and we'll be revisiting again today. But it is a little gem in Brandon that everyone should know about and stop by if you get a chance. And it deserves an encore, so we're gonna go there again today. Enjoy. We're here at the Stein and Vine, a gem in Brandon. So if you ever get a chance, come and see it. I brought Winterbauer here one day. Now I'm taking my husband. He's hangry. Let's go in and get a bite to eat. We've arrived at the Bloomingdale Community Cemetery right here in Valrico, Florida. Let's go in and see what we can see. So right when you walk in on the right hand side, there's a burial here of an infant who passed in 1901. It's a beautiful cemetery. Look at this. It's really pretty. Lots of really nice headstones to go and look at. It's pretty small. It's probably medium sized, I guess you could say. For a small cemetery, it's larger, if that makes sense. But it is quaint and really beautiful. Only thing is, it is right off the road, so I'm gonna try my best to be as loud as possible so you can hear me. Some of the older headstones are up towards that front gate, so. But really nice, a very pretty cemetery, so. Sure, there's a lot of cool things to see here. Let's go up here towards the front first. Ooh, look at this headstone over here. See, and there are some veterans. You know, there's veterans in every cemetery, but or in most anyway. But look at this, 1903. Born in 1879, died in 1903. So yeah, this is an older cemetery. We'll see a lot of really cool stuff here. Kingsley. So we got a Kingsley family here. This is a family plot. So look at this one. This is really cool. 1898 to 1925. Big Brother, it says. Chester R. Kingsley. Now this I haven't seen. It has the ledger, but it has quite a high headstone or footstone. I believe it would be up at the top. And it's at least a foot tall. And this is a Hendrix, Elizabeth Hendrix. And there's another Hendrix over there, right next to her. So here's another Hendrix. So this is a Hendrix family. Here's another Hendrix, and this is a really cool, different looking headstone as well. The way it's kind of tiered, and it has that beautiful peach marble that I love so much. And there's an Asa Hendrix over there. This is Artemisia. I guess that's how you pronounce it. 1876 to 1954. This could be a situation where they actually replaced a headstone, because I mean, I'm not sure they had this peach marble in 1954. Down here it says Graham. So that's really cool. Your last name is Hendrix. It's a whole family plot here. This Hendrix family founded this cemetery in 1900. So they are actually the owners and donators of the land for a cemetery. So this whole Hendrix family, I would say, are pioneers of the Valrico area and were the ones that originally founded the cemetery. And then in 1930, the cemetery was deeded to the community, who still today are responsible for the perpetual maintenance and care of the cemetery on a volunteer basis. But they do a good job because it's really nice. It's really not overgrown, so they do a nice job here. This here is a headstone just made up of concrete and shells, which that's really interesting. I've never seen before. Let's see. We're up by the road. I'm going to try and get this part out of the way first because it's kind of noisy. Here's another infant. It's got to be the most narrow plot I've ever seen. It's very, very narrow. Probably only 1.5 feet in width. Born in 1909. Passed in 1913. So actually not an infant, a toddler here that passed away. Here's another really old headstone. 1896 to 1915. Hard to read. Looks like Leslie Bell, wife of Gillett. Very cool. That's an old one. 1915. Wow. I'm assuming right here that these were some of the first burials to take place here at the Bloomingdale Community Cemetery. You can see the tree kind of came up and broke up the ledger here, kind of disturbed the burials, and the headstones are no longer legible. So all of the script on the headstones has been completely obliterated, like by the weather and just time, really. Looks like somebody put, oh, on this one they put like a little metal plaque. It says Mary Pruitt, born December 1849, died September 21st in 1935. And then it says something about the Blount Co. Tampa, Florida. Blount Co. Now we know that the Blounts are a Florida family, so perhaps she was one of the matriarchs of that family. I think Pruitt was her married name, so okay, cool. That's a beautiful ledger. I love you to the moon and back. Over in this corner section, we have the Martin family plot. A lot of Martins. Then we have McFarland over towards the back, and Hurley. There are several Hurley plots as well. But look at this Martin here. This is an older E.W. Martin. April 20th, 1839 to March 29th, 1930. Gone but not forgotten. The grass is a little bit high, so it's probably time to come over and do a little mowing, but it's not terrible. So this whole section here is chain linked in, kind of, which I've seen before. That's quite a big plot. And we have Stearns here, the Stearns family, but I also see a Taylor over there. So yeah, look at this. Killed when Swiss Air 3 crashed into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Nova Scotia, but now whole and safe in the arms of his father. That's wild. That's something I've never seen before. They usually don't, a headstone won't reveal what the cause of death was. Jonathan Timothy Wilson, January 4th, 1976 to September 2nd, 1998. A wonderful gift of God. That was very interesting. I have not seen that before. Here we have some beautiful newer headstones. I love this, the heart. So easy to read too, and that's something that'll last a long time with that black marble and the sort of gray as well. So here's a different family plot. It looks like they were just able to come in here and just kind of do what they wished. Kind of made a little planter bed filled with rocks. And then these are really different headstones, etched out of concrete, looks like. Always in our hearts. 11/14/47 to 7/5/2000, it looks like. And then there's another one over here. Looks like, oh, I hate to touch these things because I don't want to mess anything up. So that looks like 2010. Passed in 2010. Ooh, that rabbit's scaring me. Just thought that was different. I knocked some stuff over. Go ahead and set that stuff back up. This bunny's in a bad spot. I should probably lay these headstones right up top here. That way people can read them. Don't really know what's going on here. Is the plot for sale? To Philip Brothers, born in Transylvania. But looks like they're selling their plot. Have no idea. That's definitely a first. You always see something new in a cemetery. But you're looking for a plot in a pretty cemetery in Valrico, contact this number. Free advertising right here on This Is Halloween. I love this marble. We saw this marble at the Lutz Cemetery recently. It's a beautiful marble with like an abalone pearliness to it, iridescence, and it's just beautiful. And when the sunlight is shining on it, you can see all of those little sort of abalone flecks in it, and it's just really pretty. Of course, this one over here is just gorgeous too, and that's that peachy marble that I love so much. It's so pretty. Oh, that's really beautiful. I mean, who doesn't love angels? Who doesn't love angels, right? These are all newer headstones. This is towards the back of the cemetery. I don't see any particularly old ones over here. This is a really well-kept part of the cemetery too. It looks like it's just been freshly cut. The grass is a lot shorter, so I need to get over to the other side and cut that half. But this is just beautiful. I mean, look how beautiful. This grass is so green. All the plots are just so pretty. And here's one marked with just a cross here. So it looks like you can pretty much do what you want here as far as memorials go. I don't know what the stipulations are for that, but that's really pretty. The only thing with wood is that it's not going to stand the test of time. So whoever's regularly maintaining that burial probably will have to change the cross pretty regularly when it becomes weathered and broken down. Here we have a plot, very fresh. We've got fresh flowers. So this is a new burial without a headstone yet. I bet the headstone's on its way for that one. There are far too many wedding photos in this section. I'm about to start getting emotional. Mostly younger ladies, you know, my age or a little bit older, that have lost their husbands. And that's hard. And they have really beautiful headstones with their wedding photos on there and everything. It's really nice. But it'll get you emotional. It'll get you in the feels, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what I would do without my husband. He's a pain in the butt sometimes, but man, he is the light of my life. I'm telling you, he's just amazing. And I'm so proud of him every day. And he really saved my life, you know? So, yeah, that's, woo, woo. Know what I'm saying? These are one of my favorite things to see too. Like, I know that leaving this earth is like it's heavy and it's heartbreaking and it hurts us for a long time. But when you can have fun with the headstones, and this dude obviously had his own catchphrase, go big, you know, go big or go home. You know, I love that. I think that's so cool. It really kind of makes it not so dark, you know what I mean? When somebody has a cool catchphrase or, you know, something they used to say, it kind of adds a little bit of humor to it, you know? Because, like I said, what I believe is that we have a continuation day. We never really die. Our souls live on forever. And when you can bring a little humor to such a gloomy thing, I mean, it's only sad for us. It's not sad for them. They're having the time of their lives. They're having a great reunion in heaven. But when you can bring something like that, a little bit of humor to the situation, definitely takes some of the sting out, you know? And I don't see enough of that. So, but I definitely have seen it. All of your older headstones are up here towards the front of the cemetery or the entrance. So if you're into like the oldest headstones and you like to look at that, you're going to find them all up near the front. There really aren't any older ones in the back of the cemetery. So just FYI to let you know. As usual, in the state of Florida, it's quite hot today. So my chariot's coming to get me and we're headed out of the cemetery. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you at the next one. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you loved today's episode. The Bloomingdale Community Cemetery was really beautiful. I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, the Stein and Vine is a staple in Brandon. If you live in Brandon or if you're close by or you're visiting, it's definitely worth going to. Their menu changes daily. It's always fresh and new ideas. It's an awesome gastropub to go and visit. They have several beers on tap and you're gonna love the food. That does it for today's episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share on your way out, and I'll see you next time.